This is Sigmund Bloom here with your Week 15 waiver wire quick hitter. If you need a quarterback, look at Daniel Jones, who did pretty good while the game was still in question last week against Washington this week, and should be a lot of the offense on his shoulders, especially as a runner. Next tier would be Ryan Tannehill going against the Chargers, as we're seeing more of the offense fall on his shoulders, although we did see Derrick Henry get going in the first half. Taylor Heinicke in that matchup against Daniel Jones. He had one of his best passing games of his career in that game 2 weeks ago. And Brock Purdy, check on that oblique injury, but Thursday he's going to play against Seattle, and this offense is still humming with the undrafted rookie free agent. Josh Johnson, watch out to see if Purdy is out, or just remember this Thursday, if Purdy aggravates that injury, Josh Johnson can run, and he can run this offense. He's been with the team before. Desmond Ridder's going to start for Atlanta. Not a lot there as a passer yet. As a runner, he has a chance to contribute. So let's just watch maybe in deep leagues, he's worth the end of the bench ad. 2 quarterback Superflex league ads. Anthony Brown could get a start for the Ravens on Saturday with Tyler Huntley's concussion. Baker Mayfield should start going forward. Brett Rypien could start for Denver against Arizona with Russell Wilson's concussion. And Mitchell Trubisky could start against Carolina with Kenny Pickett's concussion. Looking at the running backs, the top pickup would be J.K. Dobbins, of course, if he's out there splitting with Gus Edwards on a Ravens team that's renewed their commitment to the run. Zonovan Knight, if he was dropped in anticipation of a committee, well, he didn't go anywhere as the starting lead back for the Jets. Jerick McKinnon had one of the best games of his career. It was a close game, so he stayed on the field. If they run away from the Texans this week, it might not be as good of game for him and better for Pacheco, but he'd be the next tier. And then some players that can help us out as emergency depth. Cam Akers with Baker Mayfield making that offense look better. Gus Edwards looking pretty efficient on his work with J.K. Dobbins back, the newly efficient run game for the Ravens. And Chuba Hubbard in the 1-2 punch was actually the stronger punch with Dante Foreman as the Panthers are committed to the run. Looking at wide receiver, your top pickups, just check and see. Deep leagues, not going to be out there. Public leagues, maybe guys like Treylon Burks, DJ Chark, Zay Jones, Drake London coming off of a bye, Donovan Peoples-Jones, who does look like he's going to be one of Deshaun Watson's favorites. The next tiers where you might find in your deeper league someone like Chris Moore. We'll see if Brandon Cooks and or Nico Collins are back. We saw Moore put up the first 100-yard game by a Texans receiver this year. Elijah Moore, with Corey Davis nursing a concussion, could get a start against the Lions this week. Curtis Samuel had a good game against the Giants going into the bye. He could have a good game going out of the bye. Check and see he was dropped. Jameson Williams only got in on a few more snaps. One of them was a long touchdown. If we see his usage ramp up, we could see that fantasy production ramp up too. So stash him on your bench if you can. 1% types, throw a unit out if you need a desperation play. Tutu Atwell, and of course Ben Skowronek with the newfound life in that Rams pass offense. Parris Campbell, Alec Pierce going up against the vulnerable Vikings pass defense this week. Jahan Dotson, who is basically a starter for Washington. Marquise Goodwin, who was the most productive Seattle receiver. He's going to face San Francisco. Trenton Irwin could be the number 2 receiver for the Bengals. He scored on a flea flicker against the Browns. We look at the tight ends this week, and if you're looking for somebody, probably, well, check and see if Evan Engram is out there coming off his career game. If not, Taysom Hill. Consider Taysom Hill. It's Atlanta. He had 4 for 81 and a touchdown as a runner against them to open the season. Also had his best game as a starting quarterback against them a few years back. Darren Waller could be back off of IR this week. It is the Raiders. It is Darren Waller, but he could do a lot worse at tight end if he's back out on the field. Could regain that pre-injury form. If you need to go one step deeper, look at a Titans tight end, Austin Hooper or Chigoziem Okonkwo. We'll see if Treylon Burks is back this week. That certainly would take some opportunity away from these guys, but they were the main men for one Ryan Tannehill when he had to pass a lot to try to come back from a deficit against Jacksonville. He might be facing a deficit against the Chargers this week. You leave us with no deficit in terms of love and devotion as a wonderful audience. That's why we love to serve you. We serve you because you're so classy.